People in the village call me Old Mr. Greeley, a sweet old man who lives at the edge of the forest with a smile for every passerby and a kind word for every child. It's almost laughable, really, how easily they fall for it, how easily they hand me what I crave without ever suspecting a thing. I've been here longer than any of them realize, far longer. The house, the body, these are just shells, facades I wear like a mask. But the hunger? That's real. It's always been real. The hunger never goes away. It gnaws at me constantly, demanding to be fed. And nothing feeds it like the fear of a child. The village children, of course, adore me. Who wouldn't adore sweet old Mr. Greeley, who always has a piece of candy or a story to tell? Who invites them inside for cookies and milk, letting them escape the boredom of their ordinary lives for just a while. It's easy to lure them in, to pull them close, because they see nothing but a harmless old man. Once they step inside, though, that's when things change. It starts slowly. I've learned not to rush. There's an art to it, you see, to breaking them down. At first, it's just small things, subtle shifts in the air, the faint scent of decay that I let seep through the carefully maintained facade of my home, a shadow moving where it shouldn't, a creak in the floorboards when no one's there, just enough to make them uneasy. The children never notice at first. Not really. They'll laugh it off or make excuses, but deep down, their instincts stir, the ones that tell them something's not right, that they should leave. But by then, it's already too late. They've entered my web, and once you're in the web, you don't leave. Not until I'm finished with you. It's when I take them into the basement that the real fun begins. I tell them there's something special down there, something just for them. A surprise. Children love surprises, don't they? They follow me down eagerly, their little hearts fluttering with excitement, never once suspecting what waits for them in the dark. The basement is where I shed the old man's skin. I let the mask fall away, piece by piece. The smile fades first, then the eyes. They become hollow, black, endless voids. The body unravels next, dissolving into what I truly am. Long, spindly limbs, bristling with coarse black hairs, sharp, glistening fangs dripping venom, and eyes, so many eyes, reflecting their terror back at them. That's when the screams start. Oh, the delicious screams, high-pitched, panicked, desperate. They try to run, but there's nowhere to go. The walls close in around them, the floor beneath their feet turning sticky with the webbing I've woven over time. There's no escape, but they don't understand that yet. Not fully. They always scream for their parents, every time. Mommy, Daddy. It's adorable, really, that they think someone could save them, that someone even cares. But down here, no one can hear them. No one knows where they are. I make sure of that. And then, once I have them where I want them, the fun really begins. Fear is a curious thing, you know. It has layers. I feed on those layers, savoring each one as I peel it back. At first, it's just the surface fear, the panic of realizing they're trapped with something they don't understand. That fear is sweet, but it's only the beginning. Next comes confusion, the kind that settles in when they realize I'm not going to kill them right away. No, I don't end things quickly. What would be the point in that? The hunger craves more than just flesh. It craves their fear, their madness, their very souls. So I let them think they might escape. I let them run in circles, cry, scream, pound on the walls. It's all part of the game. I watch them unravel slowly, their minds cracking under the weight of their fear. I play with them, appearing and disappearing in the shadows, whispering their names, making them doubt what's real. Children are fragile things. It doesn't take long to break them. Once their fear turns to despair, once they stop screaming for their parents and start begging me for mercy, that's when I know I've won. By then, they're no longer children. They're hollow, empty shells of what they once were, their little minds shattered, their wills broken. And that's when I feast. The flesh is just the final course, the physical remains of what was once vibrant, full of life. It doesn't taste nearly as good as their fear, their madness, but it satisfies. I drain them slowly, savoring every bite. Their bones crack in my jaws, their skin tears easily under my fangs. When I'm done, there's nothing left but scraps. The villagers don't notice when a child goes missing every now and then, at least, not in the way they should. They whisper, of course, about wolves, about accidents, about children wandering too far into the woods. They don't suspect me. Why would they? I'm old Mr. Greeley, after all. I've been feeding like this for centuries. I've moved from town to town, changing my face, changing my name, but always the same pattern, always the same hunger. Some places have forgotten the stories, the old legends of demons like me. That makes my work easier. But there are those who remember, the ones who still speak of creatures that lure children into their webs, of spider demons that wear human skin. I've heard the stories, I've heard the warnings, but those stories won't save them. They never do. Right now, as I sit here, I'm waiting. There's a little girl who comes by my house every day on her way to school. Her name is Lily. She smiles at me every morning, waves, and sometimes I give her a piece of candy. She's a sweet child, innocent. I've already marked her. It won't be long now. She'll be the next to step into my web, the next to scream, the next to break. And then, like all the others, she will be mine. The hunger is already growing again. It never stops. And I always need to feed.